Hi everybody and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Candlestick and I'll be, not a DM because this is an FPS, but I will be playing Boulder, my dumb man criminal who has become beloved more than I expected for an NPC. And today I am joined by the absolutely lovely and wonderful.
Hi, I'm Avi. Today I'll be playing Shiro Azumi, a guy who has just been going through it lately.
He sure has.
Uh, and I'm Oatmeal, and I will be playing the professor, who went through it recently, but he's over it. No, he isn't. Yes, he is. No.
These two could definitely use a break.
Yeah.
Will this be a break for them? No, it will not. Fair warning for anyone listening to this either now or in the future. This does follow the events of the Daisy Chains arc, which started with Ode to Joy, and does have some spoilers for the Winterwork games that happened. Anyway, let's get into this. So, Azumi, you had an interesting time in the Toontown police department slash prison area, which don't think too hard on that recently, didn't you?
Oh yeah, that was fun. You ever just stumble directly into a lead on complete and total accident? This man doesn't believe in the plot.
Well, neither does the professor, so they're great company.
This is the problems with having two real kind in a land of toons.
Yeah.
So how's Azumi feeling after that?
I mean, this is probably the closest thing they've had to a lead in since he joined the case, actually. Oh, did I lose y'all?
No, you're
Okay.
good.
Okay. But like, yeah, no, he's just like, okay, well, we better pursue this. So he is more or less like just completely focused on the on the task at hand.
Lovely. Do you have any idea how you managed to get a hold of Professor after all of this, or was it that also coincidence?
I have no idea.
Okay, where has Azumi been hanging out? Because this may work out. Like, what town has he been in most recently? Probably following whatever he was in last.
I don't want to say what he was in last, because if it was immediately after the Camille Christie game, he would not be here right now. Because he would not be leaving that hospital while Camille is still in it.
So does this... I do have to establish then, does this happen before or after that? Because if the professor, or at least before or after the professor hears, because, like, he's either gonna... Maybe we should just do it before that. Like, after the professor, games but before, the professor heard about Camille, just for convenience's sake of we don't have to talk about that right now because it didn't happen yet.
Yeah.
That probably makes the most sense, I think. And it's not unreasonable for this to have happened beforehand.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Glad we established that. In that case, where are you? Do you think?
I hold my boy. Where have you been?
Well, he's been to Toontown, and he's been to
he hangs around Billstown, he hangs around Toontown. Technically speaking, his apartment is in Toontown, I think. But that exists on the same level that the Reginalds exist at, so...
Uh-huh.
I
so
think
everywhere and nowhere at once.
Pretty much. I'm just gonna keep it simple and probably say, like, yeah, he's been around Toontown for a hot minute.
Alright, I think, I think it would be really funny if the professor found him.
Oh my god.
God, I think, I'm gonna roll, like, survival or something, because I think the professor would be looking for Azumi, and looking for him, like, either, like, okay, he could be literally anywhere, but, like, if he's in Toontown, he's probably, like, one of a few places, which is, like, any of the police stations or the last one in, and that's pretty much all he can think of. So I'm gonna roll survival. Oh god.
Good roll then.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. It's a freaking 7. Yeah, he does not find. He does not find
It's
you.
because they're trying to look for each other.
Yeah. God.
Wouldn't it be hilarious that they both came by the last one in just at separate times?
Oh my god. And Arata's just like, like, y'all need phones. I mean, Professor lives in a freaking phone box, you'd think, but no.
You'd think, yeah.
Just send him a paper airplane.
Yeah.
It'll get there eventually.
Oh gosh.
Do you want to try rolling, like, maybe, you know what, on it, maybe roll perception? Because the professor might miss Azumi, but Azumi might not miss the professor.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, he has bullshit stats. This makes sense.
I think you must catch the professor leaving somewhere that he thought you might have been, and he's like just kind of looking like annoyed, like he's not here. But like you're approaching this place.
Yeah, he's approaching this place, and he's just like, he just sees the professor, and it's like that meme of just you. He just comes and he just like hurries down the sidewalk just to like catch the professor. Probably like literally catches him by like the crook of the arm, and he's just like, oh, there you are.
Oh my god, that's... Oh no! Okay, I literally... I wanted to see... You weren't rolling, like, stealth or anything, but he was... I rolled a whiz save, and you grab him by the coat sleeve, and he, like, jumps and turns around, and then, and then stops, and, like, he sees that it's you. You totally got him. But he sees that it's you, and he sighs and puts his tugs his hat down and puts a hand over his chest, like, oh my god, don't scare me like that.
Perhaps you should be more aware of your surroundings.
Well, I was looking for you.
Don't be an asshole, Azumi. Please don't be an asshole this early in.
Well, anyway.
I was trying to look for you. What is it?
Oh. I was going to tell you about, what would seem to be a mutual acquaintance. I wanted to warn you about porridge.
What about porridge?
Well, remember when we first met? I read your notes, and oh no, but this wasn't in your notes. You mentioned it verbally, so I don't. Well, I did do that anyway. But the point is,
Gives you a look.
He's like, oh wait, I didn't have to reveal that, but you mentioned talking to a porridge, and I just met he hesitates a bit, the porridge unit, and well, the way you spoke about it, you seem to be amiable with it. I'm not sure. I didn't really get their pronouns because something happened, and I just wanted to warn you that it's not, well, that it's dangerous. I'm sorry, I'm going off topic completely, but I had to establish this communication with Azumi.
No, you're good, you're good. That's fine.
Oh boy, what are you feeling, buddy? Alright, yeah, he's fine. He's just... I admit that I don't know the porridge unit well, but... Oh. Goodness, what happened?
Well, it tried to steal... He stops and he takes off his hat and rubs a hand across his face, and just looks kind of like a little weary, and he says, it intruded into my home, tried to steal a book, had a mental breakdown, and then trashed my library. And now, none of this is necessarily dangerous behavior, but you see, it sort of switched modes, per se, and had a very different disposition than when I first spoke with it. I'm not entirely sure what I did. I think I was just asking too many questions. But it shut down and rebooted, and then, it tried to kill me? And it's not a misunderstanding. It said that it was going to, that I had to release it, or it would take, lethal measures.
He doesn't say this out loud, but he does have the face of, like, what the fuck? Well, that's just a lot to unpack right now.
So he just kind of shrugs. I did have to let it go. But yeah, so there is a, somewhat unhinged but slightly more self-aware robot Toon now out there.
No, the porridge did behave oddly the last time I saw it. That's just...
I got sort of the feeling that it wasn't quite itself, wasn't quite feeling itself, but that doesn't really excuse.
No, it does not.
Yes. Anyway, why? That's all I wanted. Just wanted to warn you, since you seemed to at least well, you'd met them. But why were you looking for me?
I need you to come with me. I have found a lead on the Joy Fuller case.
Oh, you have? Oh, splendid.
Yes. Oh my god, I did not pull up these notes. Because I am a fool. I am but a simple obby.
Is this the point where you have to tell the professor you stumbled into it?
Yeah. I'm not going to go in full character because I feel like we'll be here forever, but, Azumi does tell you that he just straight up just stumbled into a lead, while at the Toontown Police Department.
Yeah. I did manage to listen to it, earlier today, so you can just say that he relays the events.
Yeah, propeller transition screen, he catches you up to speed.
Listener, you better be up to speed too.
Yeah, for anyone who was perhaps wondering has gotten this far into this episode, that would be Rocky Relations that is being referred to, so maybe go listen to that.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, he just sort of, like, he doesn't seem to have any problems with that, just like, alright, that's pretty fortunate.
Alright, you're coming with me. And he's just gonna start, like, walking.
Are we going to the prison?
Well, yes.
Are you just going to... are you just going to ask to speak to him?
I've already arranged a meeting.
Does he know you're a detective? He sort of puts his hands up like, is he going to want to speak to you? 'Cause I mean, no offense, but even if you didn't outright say you were a detective, you dress like the class snitch, and you hold yourself like a soldier. What?
He lets go of your arm. Like, really?
Yes. And how does he know that he has no way of knowing how you know what you know, and why would he speak to you?
I think, Azumi, you really did just jump the ball, huh?
I mean, just think about this for a moment here. This person is a criminal of some kind, in prison, and you are a detective who has suddenly arranged for a meeting. If it were me, well, I'd either be very hopeful or very concerned.
Where are your words? Shiro Azumi, what are you doing?
He's still thinking about the class snitch part.
You just got him so good. Why are you giving me this lore right now? Shut up! He kind of just blinks and, like, snaps himself out of it. You actually see him, like, dip his head, like, he'd been, like, again, hearing something that isn't exactly there. One of his quarry was definitely laughing at him.
Uh-huh.
And he's just... But either way, I'm not about to pass up this opportunity.
Well, no, I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying we have to think about how we're going to go about this.
Yes, of course. Why else did you think I wanted you to come with me?
Well, this is me being helpful by telling you you can't just swan in there. Besides, we have secrets that we want to keep, and we don't know if we can trust this person.
Oh.
We can't just lay it all out and ask what they know.
Mm-hmm.
We have to make up an inn. How do we know this person? Why do we want to talk to them?
Well, I had gotten information by saying that Daisy was an individual who had been at the amusement park and needed, not the amusement park, the fairgrounds, and needed to was one of the people I had been searching for.
We could use that, I suppose. But if they already knew that, well... No, maybe.
Oh my god, why are you no thoughts? Buddy!
I guess the professor just continues, like, still, talking to somebody on the premise of, you were overheard talking about so-and-so, so we're now going to interrogate you about it is, alarming.
Well, they did seem to be friends with Spectre.
Spectre?
A
Dylan?
spectacled... No,
Oh, no, forget I said that.
Oh.
That's not a thing he knows.
Oh.
No, yeah, just the Spectre part.
Yes, and he's just, yes, there was a spectacled specter, some sort of, paranormal investigator who apparently knows the individual that we were investigating, and that's how I found out that this individual knows...
Different Spectre. So I was thinking of somebody else.
Oh, why do so many people here use the same pseudonym?
Well, I mean, the lad was literally a ghost, so...
Yes, and so is this individual.
Oh. He's just like... There are better ghost names. Well, maybe not better, but different.
My hands.
The professor turned up today and just chose violence and to roast everyone he knows.
Well, he did say that his nickname was Specs.
Well, alright, there we go. At least a little bit of,
individuality, I suppose.
Something to differentiate them. Well, do they can we say they arrive at the prison?
I think it would actually be really funny if the place that you were coming from was the police station / prison. So you guys have just been having this conversation outside of it.
Oh my god. Okay. that saves us having to find it.
It's true.
Alright.
So, are you guys just gonna enter?
The professor is just, like, he's not getting much from Azumi, so he just sort of...
I'm not getting much from Azumi, I'm sorry!
It's okay! Like, feel free to interrupt if you get something, but for now, the professor...
I think what he says is, this individual at, Boulder, who we're interrogating, he happens to be friends with, the spectacled specter, Specs. I did have a conversation with, Specs, so worst comes to worst, we can just say that...
Mutual acquaintance.
Yes. Technically not a lie.
Oh, technically not a lie, and technically not a good reason to, visit somebody in prison. I'm sorry, but that's not a very good excuse either.
Are you going to keep doing this?
He just sort of grins. Alright, how about you let me do the talking?
Fair enough. he knows he's cornered.
And, I don't know, don't look so... And he sort of, like, waves at you, like, tense, official, I don't know. Relax. You're going to scare the man.
He gives you a very, very pleasant smile,
Oh my god.
And he does relax. And he
Ugh,
says,
creepy. I know I asked for it, but geez.
And he's just like, I can do that.
He just sort of shakes his head like, well, alright.
Shake this one stinky bastard, man.
Is that a deception?
That was a deception.
Great. Okay, alright. They go in, probably have a chat with the clerk to get their meeting.
Yeah, I will say it's probably the same frazzled intern that you spoke to last time, Azumi. So there is a lot of stuttering and a lot of ums and scattered paperwork before she's like, yeah, okay, like right down that way, and like gestures to the two of you to go.
Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah, no, the professor will go. He seems completely at ease in here, and also, is very curiously, looking at things. Can I roll a perception or something?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Cool. Oh, that's not great.
I will say I have given very little thought into this place. I imagine it's it's a very stereotypical toony prison in that that you know, like you know, all of those like prisons you see in cartoons and stuff.
Absolutely. All the tropes and, like, probably can get broken out of super easily, but also, like, paradoxically is able to hold people, so it's, like, it's based on the plot.
Yeah, it's like, and it doesn't even necessarily relate to how powerful they are, because it's like some people are really powerful and they've been managed to stay here for ages, and some people are low-level thugs and they can break out the day after. It's just
Yeah!
inconsistent.
Yeah, yeah. Incredible. Alright, well, he's not perceiving Mary, not perceiving very much, but, he seems very interested in what he's seeing. Like,
That's fair.
kind of amused, like, oh, this is a fun little place.
Yeah. So, yeah, you guys are taken down like one of the like hallways and stuff to a like one of those like I don't know what they're called off the top of my head.
Like a
But
detention center, like a two-way, like a communication booth sort of deal. The visitors area.
yeah, exactly. Where it's got the glass partitions, you
Mm-hmm.
can talk to each other, and normally it has the telephone system. I did establish in the last game that this one is a magical one because the
Mm-hmm.
actual phone got crushed by Boulder. One of the one of the talks with Specs, probably out of excitement. The man does not know his own strength. Um, Yeah, so you guys are let in here, and the officer's like, if you have any issues, I'm just outside, and then shuts the door.
Mm-hmm.
And there, across from you, on the other side, is a very, very large man. Like, yeah, the first word that would come to mind to describe him is big. He is like broad and tall and like sort of looms over like in the seat. And as he sees you, there's this, hey, you're not Specs.
The professor smiles and tips his hat in, or doffs his hat in greeting, and he says, "No, sadly not, friend. Just a mutual acquaintance. Uh,
What's it? Monitor acquaintance?
oh, just means I've met somebody who's met Specs, who's met you."
And this man looks like he's thinking very hard about that before his expression clears. And okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's it.
Yep. Um, the professor, is there like, is it like just standing room, or is it sitting, or what's the, like, sort of deal in this room?
I imagine that it's probably got a couple of chairs like near it, but there's like because you know toons have to accommodate for all sorts and types, that there's like an assortment of things around the room, so you can like easily move things away or add them in, or you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Alright, in that case, I think he, ignores the chairs and, um, just sort of like stands casually with his thumbs in his pockets, and now I'm drawing a blank.
I will say that if there's like this long silence that extends out, and Boulder's just sitting there happily, just sitting there waiting.
Mm-hmm.
You get the impression that he could do this for a while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
The professor sort of like looks up after sort of a minute of zoning out for a little bit, and like looks around to see if there are like security cameras.
I mean, there probably is. It's probably one of those very old style ones that plays in black and white and has no sound.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He he thinks for a bit and taps his foot a little bit, and is sort of gazing at the security camera for a minute before he turns back to Boulder, and he says, "Oh, I'm so terribly sorry. I've completely forgotten to introduce myself. I'm the professor."
Hi, I'm Boulder.
Hello.
What's a professor?
Professor's like a fancy teacher.
You cut out very slightly for me there. What did you say at the end there?
He says, a professor's like a fancy teacher.
Oh.
Yeah,
I don't think I've had a teacher before.
He nods.
Zumi's not laughing.
You shouldn't laugh. The professor's saving you from dealing with this yourself.
This is true.
Yeah. The professor nods at this. Like that's all right. Some people don't. What's the security like in here? I'm just curious is all. I've never been to a toon prison.
I'm trying to think of how he would answer this one. I think he probably just shrugs, no, guards and walls and stuff, but they don't really bother me.
Mm-hmm. I wonder. The professor tilts his head a bit and says, "Do you mind if I try some? If I try something, I want to see if there's an anti-magic field in here or not."
What's anti-magic field?
Oh, it's right what it says on the tin. It's a field of space. Makes it so there's no magic allowed.
They can do that?
Yes, it's very annoying.
Oh.
At least if you're a magic user. If you're not, then it's probably not much of a bother.
He just blinks some more at you.
Mm-hmm. Well, don't be alarmed, I'm just going to try a little something. And he tries to cast, prestidigitation, inside, where Boulder is. And, he, let's see. What's he gonna do? Yeah, I think he's gonna, on sort of like, a sort of like table surface, on the other side of the, partition, just gonna be, a short burst of like, little golden, sparkles. If
Okay.
it works.
It does work. Because not gonna lie, Boulder is a fairly low priority criminal, so there's not a lot of extra measures put in place for him.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the fact that everyone kind of knows that the only reason that him and Guppy are still in the prison is because Specs comes to visit them every week.
Aww.
Like, I have stated before that Boulder is strong enough to bust them both out of prison. He just hasn't because Specs visits him.
Aw, that's sweet.
So, yeah, no anti-magic field, nothing like that. There's the shower, sparks goes off, and he gives you a very wide grin that's missing a lot of teeth, and just like, ooh, pretty.
The professor likewise seems delighted. He claps and his face lights up. Oh, that is wonderful. My, that's so irresponsible.
Zumi casually makes note of this. Ega, baby!
Yeah.
Look, Boulder can't tell you otherwise because he doesn't know any of this. If you're talking to Guppy, on the other hand, he might tell you exactly why.
Mm-hmm.
But Guppy's not here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the professor let's see. The professor taps his chin, and he says, "Now, Boulder dear, do you want to break out?"
By the way, Boulder is doing just his big hands are sort of cupping on where the sparkles was, and then looking underneath and sort of like that, like the cat sort of thing.
Aw.
But when you finish the question, he looks up, looks a bit puzzled, and
He looks
and shakes his head. I can break out on my own, but if I do that, then Specs won't be able to visit me anymore.
The professor looks thoughtful and nods. Do they, treat you alright in here? You, you get fed, you have a nice place to sleep. People,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes?
Sometimes, I get, uh, I have a bed, and I get to eat lots of food. Of course, I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed more than uh if there's not enough for everyone. So I can't eat half the food, but uh but but Specs brings me uh food, and I can even share with Guppy, and yeah, it's better than a lot of places I've been.
Oh, it's better than quite a lot of places that I've been. Well, alright, fair enough. Figured I'd ask.
Are you planning on staying here?
No, but, there's always the chance I might, accidentally, get stuck, you know? So, best to know ahead of time, what I'm dealing with.
Okay.
Really hope you don't end up in a place like this.
The professor gives Azumi a sidelong glance.
Okay. His face is scrunched up in a bit of thought, and he goes, "Why are you here then?"
Oh, well, aside from an excuse to case the joint,
There's a bit of a nod of a head in there. Not sure why. There's not much to steal here.
Well, you could steal people out of it, but only if you wanted to, and, well, I'm the nice sort. I wouldn't want to take them unless they wanted to go. Like, you want to stay, so I'm not going to make you leave. That would be silly.
Okay.
Sumi casually looks up at the camera.
But, can I roll, insight?
Go for it.
Yeah. Okay, that is... Please tell me my insight is higher than it used to be. Yes. Okay, that's, not terrible. Okay, a 15. What the professor is... I mean, you know, general insight on Boulder, but, like, he is trying to determine, like, general, general, read on this person, like, like, are they being genuine? This isn't, an act. Because, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's more than enough. No, this man is an open book. He is... You don't think he's ever been deceitful in his life. You don't know if he knows how to be deceitful. So yeah, like with this man, everything in front of you is what you get. Everything goes on the tin.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I think maybe while you've been doing that, he has been rambling a little bit more about gee, that's awfully nice, mister. Guppy would say most people would want something for that kind of thing.
Oh, want something in exchange for, help breaking out, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose most people would want something in exchange for that. Who's Guppy? Friend?
Guppy's my brother.
Oh! Well, that's... Where's, and where is your brother?
He's in here too. Not very happy about it. But I don't know if he'd want you to break him out. Cause then he'd be gone, and I'd be in here. He looks like he's run into a very hard problem, and he's trying to think if there's a solution to this.
Uh-huh. The professor, he looks like, he has to try, a little bit not to look too, like he the God, his face is just like like just sort of a slightly blank expression, and he just sort of says, you could both go together.
But then I couldn't see Specs anymore.
Ah. Alright, I see the dilemma now. Oh.
You're right, Abby.
So delightful. Azumi's just sitting here in like the background, letting the professor take this. He's just like, yeah, that checks out.
But the professor just sort of nods, like, yeah, all right, that makes sense. And he says, now, I realize it's a little different, asking this from, this side of the class, but, what are you in for?
And give me a moment to roll something.
Mm-hmm.
Boulder, do you know what you're in for?
Ah!
'Cause of crime stuff. Like, stealing and breaking and entering and assault and battery and...
Oh, the professor nods at the first two, like entirely on board, and then he stops abruptly, and his mouth goes into like a line.
I think maybe vandalism? I don't know what that is, but I heard that term. Vandalism.
Oh.
He doesn't know what it is, but he's heard the term.
Oh, okay.
Is that when you break stuff?
You either break it or you mess it up some way. Sometimes,
with paint.
Sometimes with paint, yes. It's when you do something, you do something that, might otherwise be okay, but it's on somebody else's stuff.
Oh, well, I guess then I do that a lot.
Mm.
I didn't mean to.
No, that's fair. That can happen. Some people just don't mark their property properly. Improper signage.
Hey, Guppy says that too.
Well, Guppy's right. Sometimes
Yeah.
it can't be helped.
My brother is very smart.
He sounds like it. But, the professor sort of, taps his foot a little bit as he, he's sort of like, he looks away for a bit, thinking, and he, turns back and he says, you know how I know, this is Azumi. You know how I said I know Azumi, and Azumi knows Specs, and Specs knows you?
There's a wave. Hi, Azumi.
He gives you a friendly wave. Hello.
He's turned back to Professor. He has not followed anything past the "this is Azumi."
Mm-hmm. He says, like I said at the beginning, I know Azumi. Azumi knows Specs. Specs knows you. Remember?
Yeah. And then he turns to Azumi. You know Specs?
We've met, yes.
Oh, they're very nice. He brings me muffins.
That is nice.
So they've told me.
And he just gives a big grin.
Well, in the same way that, we know people who know other people, we heard you might know somebody, that we know. Somebody other than Specs.
Oh. Do you know Guppy?
You know, I don't think I do.
Okay. Knows more people than I do.
Well, no, actually, we were, thinking of somebody named Daisy.
Okay, I do need to, roll for this.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, computer, don't lag on me.
Oh dear.
Alright. More this is gonna be how long does it take him to remember.
Okay. Oh dear.
He does give you a bit of a blank stare for a little bit before his expression brightens as like, you know Daisy?
Yes, I do.
Are they doing alright?
You know, I was trying to figure that out myself. I don't know. I hope so.
Yeah, me too.
But, we were gonna try to find them. make sure they were okay. But, we're having trouble doing that. And we were wondering, since you know them, if you knew anything about them that might help us.
I guess. I don't know.
How'd you meet Daisy?
And his face scrunches up again as he's thinking very hard. Met them in a fancy house.
Really?
Yeah. We were Guppy says I'm not allowed to tell people that.
I promise I won't tell.
Okay. We were taking things from this rich old lady. I don't remember her name. But she had lots of fancy paintings and sparkly jewelry and tasty food and we were how did Guppy put it? Sorry, and I'm currently drawing a blank. I know exactly what I want to say, but the words right now are escaping my brain. We were reallocating funds. Yeah.
Oh my god.
The professor actually seems pretty delighted by this.
Daisy was there, and they were nice, and we talked for a while, and then Guppy came in and told me that I needed to get a move on because the police were coming, and so we had to run, but Daisy was coming with us, and then there was a car chase, and I don't know, they weren't there when we crashed the car.
That's odd. Did they, you didn't see them get out of the car? They just disappeared? Poof?
And he shrugs.
What did Daisy look like when you met them at the house?
They were small, much smaller than me. Maybe even smaller than Guppy. And he's just staring off in space as he's pondering this, like, for a moment. And then it takes a while, but eventually it's like, right, I was answering. They were small, and blue, and they, I could see them really clearly, even in the dark, and they didn't touch the floor. It was cool.
Oh, that does sound pretty cool. Oh, that's very neat. I've only, I've, not been able to, see Daisy myself. Although we, we met, but they didn't, I couldn't see them.
Guppy couldn't see them either. I don't know why.
I don't know why either. What, did you hear about them, at all after that?
And he's looking like he's thinking really hard again. And then he shakes his head. I haven't heard from them.
Did they, well, while you were with them, did they do anything nice for you, or give you anything?
Yeah, they gave me a thingy. It made things gold. Because I wanted Guppy to be happy.
And Guppy likes gold.
Guppy loves gold.
I see.
Every time he just smiles so big, and I never see him happy like that.
Yeah, the professor just nods. Huh. Yeah. So that made Guppy happy, and it made you happy to see Guppy happy. Does that sound right?
Yeah. 'Cause they knew that I wanted to make Guppy happy.
Yeah, the professor is connecting some dots. How's
Azumi doing in all of this?
Yeah, how is Azumi?
I just got handed some lore in the middle of all this.
Uh-huh.
Oh dear.
He just told me, actually, I don't like being in the prison doing an interrogation. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that checks out.
Aww.
Oh no.
That's a fair. You know what? Honestly, that I want to see if that occurs to the professor at all, because like, you've told him things. All right. What am I? Oh God, professor. Yeah. No, that's literally nothing. It's a 6.
Oh, goodness.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Right. He's way too distracted.
I mean, I can try and roll an insight for Boulder. You can see my great wisdom modifier for him.
I put my hand on your shoulder. Candle, we both know what Azumi's deception is.
Yeah, I know, but this is fun. No, I think he's forgotten Azumi's there.
I mean, that's fine. Either way, Azumi, I'm not sure if you've seen me typing in the game zone, but I've been trying to, like, keep track of things that, like, got said. Azumi's keeping track of most of the information, specifically on Daisy. Hang on, let me... I can spell. He has a thought in his mind. But also, I'm just like, he just doesn't know when to, like, bring it up because they're still in the middle of an interrogation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
The professor has at least one more question on his mind right now, unless if you want to, like, interrupt after that.
I shake Azumi. Do you have any questions?
I mean, you said you had a thought. So, like, the professor, though, before that, following the previous train of the conversation, he says, he says, what happened to the, when you, were you, okay after the, car crash?
Yeah, I was fine. I've crashed worse. Guppy did yell at me though for crashing the car.
Yeah. The professor just sort of, like, nods understandingly and shrugs. um, says, what happened to the funds you were, reallocating?
And he looks like he's thinking for a moment because he doesn't know what those terms mean.
But he just
and then
said
and then he's like, "Oh, right. And then you mean the treasure?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I lost that too in the car chase.
Oh no, what happened to it?
Uh, it fell in the river.
Oh dear. What river?
I don't know what this river is called.
Is it
But
the Toontown one, or is it a different one?
it's the one between, like, on the map. Woodsburg is next to a river.
Oh, I literally have no idea unless it's the Toontown one. Because I know the Mr. Zippy River and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know if it has a name. I don't know what its name. That's the one it fell in.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I just rolled, I just rolled a quick, like, survival, I think.
Oh,
what? Oh dear.
To see if Azumi could put 2 and 2 together, because he does travel a lot.
Whoa.
So I think he might have an idea.
Well, that's good.
Hold on, let me grab up the map again.
You did... I do have it in DMs if you want me to put it in.
Oh, yeah. That would be appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see where Wardsburg is. That's the river that he's talking about.
Okay, alright. Okay.
With that 20, I don't know if Azumi would be able to narrow things down from just being told that they were driving through a town with a river in it, because she's at the map.
Yeah, that is fair.
Did Azumi pick up any of the police reports on the incident between, Boulder's case files or anything like that?
I will say he was told what Specs was told about Daisy, and that did include a car chase, I believe.
Did he say it was in Wordsburg?
Yeah, around the town Wardsburg.
Yeah. So, you would know then. You would remember. Yes, that's the river then.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if the professor is looking in Azumi's direction, but he does look like he just had a thought.
Let me see if he's looking or not. He is. All right.
Oh, great.
Very good. Well,
I put a hand on top of Azumi. This bad boy can have thoughts.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Honestly, the professor is not sure if there's more information he can get. He knows what his like next move is, and he can't tell if Boulder has anything more that he can tell him. I think he's actually like he not just happening to look at Azumi, but I think he sort of hits a bit of a he sort of
Sorry, the baby just paid me this. Hi, Aiden. Bye, Aiden. And I guess okay. I could roll an insight on.
The professor is just sort of like he's sort of like running a blank now because he's not sure where else to go with this. Besides he's not sure if there's anything else he needs to ask, and he is sort of looking to Azumi now for anything.
All right. Candle, I'm gonna roll a quick insight, and this is basically just Azumi trying to figure out if this would be, if like further questioning would be talking to a brick wall.
Go for it.
Wow, okay. You did not need to flex, my dude.
Oh, yeah, okay. You can probably get some little extra details from him, but you're not gonna get any, like, anything like numbers or places or dates or anything like that. This man is not smart enough to remember that sort of thing.
Alright, yeah. I think when the professor looks in his direction, Izumi kind of like glances back, like, yeah, like there's this look in his face, like, yeah, no, we're probably not gonna get much else from here.
The professor sort of like
I want to say that Boulder has probably, I don't know how he's managed to get one of those like finger trap things, and has got it on his fingers.
Toon logic kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. The professor says, he says, because something occurs to him, after he sort of hit that blank, he kind of like, had a sort of, wordless look with Azumi. They kind of figure, all right, there's not like a whole lot else that we're missing. But it occurs to the professor, do you know why Daisy was at that old lady's house?
I'm gonna roll something.
Oh boy.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, there's another long, and he's snapped the finger trap in half. um, and then there's again like a bit of a brightening, and now I got to think of how to word this.
Take your time.
Oh, how much? Sorry, I'm just trying to think about I wasn't expecting this question, and so I'm trying to figure out like how much would be known. So
I mean, they probably only had so much time to like talk.
yeah, I think with the 12 there was an answer. I think it's as yeah, okay. I think his expression brightens, and he says, "Well, I don't know why they were in the house exactly. But when I asked where they came from, uh, they said that a lot of people liked them, and that's why they moved around so much."
So, it's basically saying they travel.
And there's like this epiphany look in the, yeah, I guess they do.
Well, that, I guess that's why they were there, huh?
I guess so. They didn't seem the sort to uh to steal things. Then again, they couldn't really touch things, so I don't know how they'd steal things anyway.
Maybe magic.
Yeah, yeah, cause they did use magic to make me my gift. But they didn't want anything in return.
Is that right? That is unusual.
Yeah. I think that's why Guppy thinks that it's part of my imagination.
That makes sense.
But
Since
if you've met Daisy, then they can't be.
no, you're right. But it makes sense that Guppy doubts that, since don't seem the sort to to believe in to put much stock in free help.
No, Guppy always says, anything that looks free always comes with a price.
Wise words. Well, the professor just sort of does a big nod. Boulder, I gotta thank you.
Really? And he just looks like so unbelievably like proud of himself right now.
Mm-hmm. I really do. I think I was worried about Daisy, and you were worried at least a little bit about Daisy, and I think with what you told me, I think I might have a go trying to find them and see if they're okay, and that makes me happy.
Yeah. To if you do find them, will you say hi to them for me? And maybe they could come visit me here. I don't think I'm gonna be moving, though. I thought I heard a god say, that I might get out on good behavior soon, so maybe not too long. But I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Well, I'll definitely say hello for you, and I'll let them know where I last saw you, which would be here. And if you're out, then well then suppose you'll have to find each other then.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they can visit.
Yeah. And he looks like he's giving a big thought.
Mm-hmm. The professor waffles for a minute, but then he says, now, between you and me, I'd be alright, just letting it be like this, but, I suspect your brother might not be too happy if he heard you, helped me without getting anything out of it. So, you don't want my help, breaking out. Is there anything I can, anything I can give you?
He gives a big think again. And, do you have any food?
Mm-hmm. You are in luck. The professor, beams, and, out of his pocket, One at a time, he brings out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little white wax paper bags, and shoves them through the little like airlock slot for gifts.
Yeah, there's a okay, oh damn. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to roll another with save for this man. Oh, okay, 11. He only shoves 2 of them in his mouth straight away, and then seems to think, and then puts tucks the other ones in his hammer space with the, I'll give one to Gelpy, and he just looks so happy right now.
Good, I hope that'll satisfy him. He knows it won't, because it's just gummy bears. It's food. But it's the thought that counts.
Yeah. Look, Boulder is a simple man.
Yeah.
Simple man with simple needs.
Yeah. So, but with that, the professor says, well, again, thank you very much. I will say hello to Daisy, if I find them. But I should be going now.
Okay. Will you come back and visit again?
You know, I might. No promises, though. I'm a rather busy traveler, and that's not an excuse. That is just the truth.
Yeah. Before jail, we traveled a lot, though that's because the police chased us around a lot. So if you have people chasing you, you don't have to come visit.
He looks he looks like genuinely like oh, that's sweet, like that's very thoughtful of you, thank you.
Okay. Good luck. And thank you for the gummies. They're very good.
Good. I'm glad. Good luck to you too. I hope you do get out early on good behavior.
Yeah. And he gives a big grin. I think he probably does wave. I'm assuming you guys are getting up to leave.
Mm-hmm.
He probably does wave. Remembers as he sees you leave. Azumi, and just like, bye, Mr. Zoomies.
Oh.
He just gives you a really pleased grin and like waves goodbye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Professor gives a little wave goodbye as they go. Well. All right.
Oh.
I think they probably make their way out of the out of the visitors area, and also then if there's any admin that stuff they need to do, they can do that. Like, yes, it was fine. And then they leave the
Yeah.
station.
I will say, before he met met up with Trickster again. Azumi did make it a point to try and get on like good terms with the local police forces. So like there's probably a few like staff members or officers that he does like greet.
Check in on.
Yeah, probably.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But
I don't think there would be much of a process on the way out, you know, just was there any problems? You probably had to sign some things like some entry times and stuff into logs and stuff before you went in, so
sign out sheet or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, but not much. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so the professor will lead Azumi out and down the street a ways until they're out of view of the station before starting to sort of talk again. And can I roll insight on Azumi?
Yeah.
Please do better. Okay, that's a 13.
I don't think he thought to hide this. There is a certain kind of like relief that now that he's out of the like interrogation. And like oh boy, what do you say? It's almost like he hadn't noticed that he'd been inwardly tense the entire time. But other than that, he seems to be thinking a bit on the information that they just managed to get.
Yeah, the professor just rolled a 19 for history for remembering that the circumstances of
the first time.
Yeah, the interrogation that he spoke to the professor about. And so with a slight sort of seeing him like seem a little more relaxed now, and also remembering that he just sort of he says quietly, are you okay? It's okay if you're not.
Oh, buddy, are you really gonna make me self-insight? It doesn't even beat his own deception.
Oh my god. Ah! Azumi!
I put my head in hands. He's just a simple idiot. And he just goes, you see him take a deep breath, and he says, just fine. I just, well, we do have another lead we can follow on.
We sure do. Definitely want to check out that river, see if, it'd be almost too easy if we could just find Daisy there, but, that may be the case. Depends how long. Oh, suppose it's been months, though.
If nothing else, I am curious about how that woman
acquired.
Managed. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you say that Daisy's parents...
Joy's?
Yeah, not Daisy's parents. Joy's parents, received a large sum of money after, Joy stopped seeing Daisy.
Yes. Yes, you're right. I wonder... I wonder if they understood. I wonder if they knew. That's confusing. I thought they didn't know as much about Daisy, but if they knew what form they were taking, and indeed exchanged that form for a large sum of money. Very strange. Very strange. There's a lot I don't understand still. But, it seems they... I mean... well, you know, gotta have a domain. I suppose, as good a guess as any would be that theirs is, making people happy, because that seems to be the only through line that I can, parse as of yet.
That does seem to be the case.
Even if it's a little, heavy-handed. Though whether that's them or, the people there, whether that's due to, their own ignorance or the influence of the people they're helping is unclear. It could be a bit of both.
Indeed. Oh, buddy, what are you thinking about? God damn it!
Memories.
He's not giving me words, I'm sorry.
That's okay. The professor says, what was it, Joy said? Joy said that there were some things that, Daisy couldn't remember, so... I suppose that makes sense. How do you... How do you even take memories from a being like that?
Had a guess. Somebody or someone equally as powerful?
Would have to be, I suppose. Unless it was directly, unless, some attack was made directly at the source of their power. Typically, well, I suppose it depends on the you-know-what, but, typically, followers, you know? And take away the followers, the belief, you take away a lot of the power. At least that's how it works with some of them.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I've never been very religious.
Neither have I, but, I've just made the personal acquaintance of, a few too many. Too many.
Well, that's a shame. It is rather interesting, though. On the way from Good Time Town all the way to Toontown, Wartsburg happens to be right in the way, and right there is a river, so I suppose that's our next destination.
Wartsburg is between... That's odd. That is odd. Why? What significance is it that Wordsburg is between Toontown and Goodtime Town, though?
Well, if Daisy was in Good Time Town, that would imply that... Well, I might be reading a little too much into it, but there is a chance that they might be moving across the continent from Good Time Town. So...
But I don't think they were ever actually there. I think, I think, if I recall correctly, they parted ways with Joy, was it before they moved to the continent, or was it in Toontown when they... What did they do? They went to the dentist or something. And then, as a parting gift, they gave them the wand. And then they moved to Good Time Town. But why did they move again? No, that's not what happened. They moved from out of the continent to Good Time Town. And they visited Toontown to go to the dentist? That's a bit of a trek, unless you take the teleportation circle. He's just kind of thinking out loud.
Yeah, and all of Azumi's thinking is internal, and he won't give me words because he's, I guess, angry.
I'm just sitting here with with an evil grin on my face as you guys are sorting through the information I have and haven't given you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, I will confirm that the professor is correct on the second one. Though, Wick and I never agreed where exactly Ruten's dentistry office was. It's just not in Good Time Town.
Oh, okay, so it's not necessarily in Toontown, but it's somewhere not Good Time Town.
Yes.
Okay. So, okay. Okay, alright. Yeah, that still doesn't, explain... Yeah, the professor is just sort of like thinking.
Well, there's clearly a lot we don't know.
Clearly. I mean, where even do these, these other people come in? I mean, well, we can surmise they don't come from Inkwell, but what happened before they moved? That's still a giant blank spot. I mean, as little information about we have about where everybody went after they arrived in Inkwell. We have even less about before that. But I don't want to... Oh, it's... You know, it don't want to... It would be too callous to just ask. And she might not tell us anyway. I mean, it's taken so much just to get this much. But
you want the infamous... Oh, sorry.
And we've lost Avi for a little bit.
yeah, that is okay.
Sorry about that, baby trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You're good.
Oh god. You can't just give me words and take them away. Like, you keep doing this, god damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps Joy isn't... Perhaps Joy won't be able to give us that information. Would it be too prudent to go directly to her parents? Or biological parents?
There is some risk in that. They could be complicit, and they could alert the people we don't want alerted. You know?
Yes.
As much information as I'm sure that they have, that's a risky venture. But if it comes to it, it's one that we may have to try.
Yes. As much as I am loath to admit it.
I mean, you'd also have to find them first.
Yes, but we'd also have to determine their location.
Did they disappear? Or do we just... I mean...
They were at a in care, weren't they? Like...
Well, yes, but what about after? I don't...
No, I mean, Avi, I'm asking that.
Oh. I mean, like, we do know that, yes, but I don't think any of us have asked where they went after that. I assumed, like, their house, but, like, I don't know. That could just be a question we've literally just not asked yet.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I do believe that Officer Nikki mentioned to Azumi in their first meeting that Joy's parents were on the list of people to keep an eye out for because they disappeared.
Oh my god. Okay, that's me, Avi, just being very forgetful. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Like, honestly, this is the thing. I'm more than happy to give you guys information that has already come up. If you need the reminder, I'm not gonna say anything on anything you guys don't know about yet.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. No, I appreciate that. That detail, it for whatever reason did not stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Zumi kind of just says, well, they were in care for a bit, and then Officer Nicky said that they had disappeared.
No, that's not good at all.
Absolutely not. That's the last thing we need.
Curious if they disappeared themselves or if they were disappeared.
I'm not sure which one would be more of a relief.
I mean, personally, if they just decided to skedaddle, then that's whatever. But if somebody made sure that we wouldn't have access to them, that's that would belie a level of influence out here that is concerning.
Oh my god, can you stop giving me morbid things to say for like 2 seconds?
The professor is just sort of quiet for a minute, and then he says, tell me prisons in Yedo aren't as lax as that.
Absolutely not.
Oh, I thought so.
They are... They are quite serious about keeping their prisoners within the premises at all times.
Well, if I, if I do wind up incarcerated, I hope it's here and not there.
I certainly hope so, too.
He says it like it's inevitable.
You did mention something about, like, breaking out of a prison while in the prison with the security cameras.
Yeah, and a detective next to him.
Oh my god.
You're right, Avi?
Yeah, no, he can just keep giving me thoughts that he would never say out loud, and I'm just like, buddies, I don't know what to do with this.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Is he actually being, like, quiet?
Yeah, he is being quiet, but, like, he looks a little bit more thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's your issue. Okay.
Don't you love it when your characters give you information in the middle of playing?
Absolutely. Oh, it's delightful. Rather infuriating. I thought I could make it out on my own, like this. Oh well.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
he just says, well, I've just come to realize how much I've relied on somebody I've hated in the past. Even with all his issues, that kind of power was, well, it did get people far.
Oh, yes. Yes. We'll do that. Oh.
Well, there's no use dwelling on it.
What do you mean? Are you... what? Disappointed at having... disappointed at getting as far as you've gotten?
That's not the issue at hand.
He frowns a little bit.
We don't have much else to go on other than the river in Würzburg.
No. No, we don't. We might try, visiting the old, residence, if it hasn't already been, leased to somebody else. See if there are any clues there as to their, whereabouts. But don't change the subject. What were you just saying? You're finally out here doing it on your own, and you're
Not important.
not important. That's something a pawn would say.
Oh gosh, okay. Okay.
I laugh at you.
Oh gosh. Oh, that gets him to shut up, alright.
Today and every day.
I did ask for your help with this. I did not have to do that.
No, you didn't. I'm glad you did ask for my help. It's not that I... Now he looks, like he's trying to, he looks slightly, conflicted or, like, like he's trying to puzzle something out. And he says, no, I didn't, Azumi, I didn't take charge because I thought you were incapable. I did it because it's force of habit.
All right. He doesn't seem to quite understand what you're getting at.
Yeah, he just looks more like... He looks slightly frustrated.
I'd asked for your help in the first place. If that ended with you taking charge, then so be it.
Well, then... Don't be disappointed in yourself for using the help that you asked for. It's
not what I'm disappointed in.
What are you disappointed in?
The fact that I am missing him.
Oh. Hmm.
Never mind.
Hmm.
There's work to do. He's going to try and start walking.
It's very annoying when you change a subject like that. It's... You're allowed, you know. It's not stupid. It's not unreasonable. It's not weak.
Is!
It's not. It's just how the brain works. Sometimes you miss people you shouldn't. It's like they've got their nasty little claws stuck in your head. You can't shake them out.
In my entire life. I don't need it anymore.
No, but it's not that easy to shake off. And it's not weak to have trouble with it. It's been what, 2 years?
He kind of just stops walking. He doesn't really turn in your direction.
It's... 2 years. You're already quite, quite a lot of progress. Could be doing a lot worse. What do you... What is that?
That was a whiz save!
That's a weird looking whiz save.
Yeah, Clash Star advantage is gonna save him.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, what do you even do? Oh gosh. Oh, he's tense. Oh, tense and clenched fists. And he doesn't even look in your direction, and he says, "It's in Quarry. It's been 15 years."
Yes. Since the beginning, but since the end, it's been 2. At least you hate him. That's progress.
Always hated him.
Well, there you go. You're already doing better.
I hate him so much, it makes me sick. What he did to her. Did to me.
It's,
He just takes a deep breath and just kind of lets it out, trying to calm down a little bit. Oof.
Yeah. The professor has, I think, just been, like, just standing next to him, like, not even looking at him. Like, when he stopped walking too.
I'm gonna see if he's actually gonna say what he's telling me to say. Because I'm like, buddy, are you sure? Are you going to open up about this right now?
Please. Ah.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. That was an 11 even with advantage, you boy. I don't think he's speaking common.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's still, speaking Cory.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even as he tries to calm himself down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he even, like, realizes it when he says, "You abandoned us." That's how unwanted I was.
It's different now. You know that, right?
Yet it still haunts me.
That sort of thing. Yes, it will do that. I can't promise that that'll ever go away.
He kind of just lifts a hand and rubs at his face.
What do you want right now? Right now.
God, buddy, what do you want? I think there is a pause. Before he kind of just sighs and he says, I don't know.
Well, that's alright. You'll figure it out.
I always do, don't I? Except I don't. Not this time.
You don't have to be so self-depreciating. And
there's very little worth in a pawn, you know.
Very little worth. I beg to differ. Although I suppose it depends whose perspective you're speaking from. It's very strange how something can be considered simultaneously extremely, incalculably valuable, and yet expendable. It's very strange. And it goes against everything I believe about the intrinsic worth of a person. You don't have to be useful. You don't have to be anything.
It can't possibly be that simple.
Do you know the well, maybe it isn't simple, but it isn't realized as often as it should be. But your mere existence is a miracle. The odds of your being you and being here and being now are incalculable. The things that had to happen to bring us into existence as we are. Oceans had to freeze. Wars had to be won and lost. The stars had to go out. If just one little thing were different, neither you nor I would be here. But here we are. Isn't that something? Doesn't that mean something? I think it's worth something.
I think at some point when you had gone on that ramble, because he did roll kind of well on his with saves there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he did.
He has calmed down by now, but he kind of turns his gaze away.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of laughs and says, "You're unbelievably optimistic."
Maybe.
What is it like? I don't think I could understand that way of thinking. Not anymore.
What is it like? Painful.
He looks back at you.
Well, at least if you're a pessimist, you don't have to be disappointed quite so often. I honestly don't know how I do it. I mean, really, I'm just as surprised as anybody else. It's worth it, though, sometimes.
Maybe one day I'll see it the way you do, but I don't think today is that day. Not yet, at any rate.
Oh, that's alright. I wouldn't want you to be like me. Too much like me, anyway. That's my job.
Kind of just snorts at that. Oh, you're rather ridiculous. I don't know if I could be you if I tried. Honestly, your fashion sense.
Oh, you think it's bad now. Oh, you should have seen. Oh, some 10 years ago. Velvet and satin and capelets. And lace.
What? Were you a professor or an operatic?
Well, to look at me, I'm I couldn't blame you for thinking I was perhaps a professor of the opera.
I think by now he started walking again.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Oh God, what do you say, buddy?" Gosh, I don't think he's giving me anything. God damn it. I think he's just, the more that the two of them walk, the more he's gonna try and, like, talk about your terrible taste in fashion.
Oh my God. I think
He does not want to touch that, whatever the fuck that ball of emotions was.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think the professor at least has he's not gonna push it any farther than he already has. But also you have distracted him with roasting his past self. Which he is all but happy to do.
I think he does find that enjoyable at the least.
Yeah.
I don't really have much else to add here. So.
Yeah. No, we can
We have been going for a while, so that seems like a pretty good place to wrap things up.
Yes.
I'm sorry Azumi just jumped out and grabbed the reins for a bit.
No, it was good. It's like these things happen, and I'm glad we get to have them happen live. It's always great. But thank you two for playing with me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for inviting us here.
And I apologize because I seem to manage to give Azumi an existential crisis every single time.
Oh, it's fine. It's wonderful. He needs to go through this.
Yeah.
He kinda does.
And thank you to our wonderful audience for putting up with our shenanigans.
Yes, thank you.
Current listeners and future ones.
Oh, wonderful. Alright.
Alright. Bye!
Bye!
Bye!